Well, hey, bitch, it's JamiThatsMe here. Listen, we have to talk about Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, okay? Now, last week I did not come to you guys with a video because I felt like the episode was really blah, so I didn't think that it was really a point to talk about anything because nothing really happened, okay? So we are going to get into the latest episode this week, so definitely come in, like up the video, and let us go ahead and get into it. So they start this episode off with a montage, I guess you'll say, of PK and Dorit, and let me tell y'all something. I was in my feelings just a little bit. I felt bad for her. I'm not gonna lie, I actually felt bad for her and for Kyle at this time, to go from such a loving relationship, everything is just so happy, all of that, to this is where we are, okay? Really sad, they gave some really great highlighted moments between PK and Dorit, and it seems like it's all coming crashing down. And when I tell you PK is a bitch. Okay, we're gonna talk about it a little later. So let's get into Sutton because Sutton invites Garcelle over to the house, and then at some point they do FaceTime Cal because Sutton is about to take this trip to Augusta to see her mom, and she don't want to face her mama by herself. So she's like, "Listen, girl, are y'all good? You free? Because I'm gonna need you to come with me to meet my mama. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little nervous to be around my mama, but I kind of want you to meet her too. So are you gonna come?" Of course, Garcelle would love to go. Okay, she would love to go to Augusta to meet her mother. She reached out to Cal. Cal also said that she'll be open to coming too. All right. Now, at some point in this episode, the conversation is brought to Erica about Sutton bringing Garcelle and Cal down to Augusta, and being that Erica, I believe she's from Georgia as well. She's like, "I'm from down that way. Like, it would make more sense if I went." Well, I do understand why Sutton would not want to bring Erica because they aren't close. However, I do feel like this was a missed opportunity for Sutton and Erica because I do think this season they are in a better place. And I feel like if Erica would have been able to come along, then it could have helped the relationship just a bit. I am a tad bit surprised that, Sutton was interested in bringing Kyle, considering the fact that last week she was on some "I'm not featuring Kyle" and that BS that she was trying to pull, and I'm not going to sit up here and kiss her ass, period. So I thought she was going to take a little teeny weeny bit of distance from Kyle, but I guess not. But y'all let me know your thoughts. Do you think that she made the right decision to take Kyle over Erica, or do you think that Erica should have also been a part of that moment? So let me know your thoughts about that. Meanwhile, we got Dorit and Bo. So they done linked up with each other. And, on the previous week, the son asked Dorit if they were divorced or whatever the case was. She didn't really know how to respond. So she's like, "Oh my God, let me reach out to his dad so we can figure out the best way to have this conversation with our child." Well, she reached out to PK and PK ignored the hell out of her. Whew, okay, ignored the hell out of her. So she decides to reach out to him again, like, "Yo, your son is asking about certain things. Like, yo, we need to have a conversation." That man responded back and said, "Listen, I'm at a friend's wedding. Okay, I'm at a friend's wedding. Have a great day. That's what I want you to do for me. Okay, I have nothing else for you." I will be honest and say, I do feel like PK is the ass that Dorit says that he is. I also question Dorit when there have been people in this group that feel like you don't take accountability for anything. I do question, have you said anything? Have you done anything for him to be triggered to respond this way? Or is this truly how he is acting? I'm willing to believe the latter, but I'm not going to lie and act like I didn't have those type of questions, okay? So Bose tells her, "Girl, listen, ooh, if he's talking to you like that, Miss Mama, you need to get ready." Okay. And Dorit's like, "Get ready? Get ready for what, girl? You know what you need to get ready for. Be prepared for that man to send you divorce papers at any moment. And you need to be prepared to fire right on back should that be the case." Okay. I'm trying to help you out. All right. Speaking of which, Bose may need a little bit of helping out on her own, considering the fact that she's out on a date with her man. I can't think of his name at this time, but I'm starting to question. I like the whole date that he planned for them over on the beach, but girl, the fact that he highlights that he likes that she lets him take his time and stuff like that when it comes to making decisions, she's not pressuring him. It's important for him to move at his own pace and things. I'm kind of like, listen, the probability for me is very high, in my opinion, when it comes to her. I think the probability of her overstaying her welcome with this man is very high. very, very high. I hope she gets what she wants in the end for him from him, but I don't know. So basically they're sitting at the table having a great dinner, whatever the case is, and she's just trying to gauge where they are with things, you know. Of course he wants marriage, he wants kids and things, but her clock is ticking. All right. So if she has any more kids or she wants to be able to carry those kids, all right, she might have to let go of that idea and be okay with getting a surrogate of or something like that. I don't know, depending on how long they are together and he does not marry her. I could also see Bose being willing to, you know, likely have a child before they even marry, which is fine. But I just hope that he gives her some type of commitment already, like maybe if they were already engaged or something. But I don't know. I don't know about him. Okay. He tells her that he's not going to tell her that he won't waste her time. And I feel like that's him saying that he is going to waste her time. In my opinion, you're saying that you guys want the same things, but you want to move at your own pace with it. And I just feel like Bose, have your timeline, have your boundaries, okay? Have like just set your own standard. If he goes beyond that, and then you can cut it off. If you guys are 3 years in and it's no progressing 2 years in, I don't know. You probably gonna have to piece that out. Okay. Just a little bit. You guys let me know how you're feeling about this bold situation. I want this to work for her. She really seems smitten by him. She really likes him. He gets her, vice versa. But he says he wants what she wants. I just don't know if she's going to get it in the timing that she wants. And the question is if she's willing to wait on it or even change what that looks like a bit, right? Like, okay, I want kids. Can I consider, you know, is the pressure that I'm having, is it because I want kids like within the next year? Is that because that's when I want kids? Or is it because I'm thinking about my body? And I know that I probably can't carry if I get to this age or whatever the case is. So would you be open to, if you still want those kids and it's 3 years later, would you still be open to doing a surrogacy or of something, you know? So she might have to change what that looks like if this is what she really wants with him. But he really irked me when he said, I'm not gonna tell you that I'm not gonna waste your time, you know. And it's very important to me for me to go at my own pace, and that's fine because I don't think that people should be rushed into anything. But then at the same time, if your feelings are not rising at the same time as hers, where you guys are at a mutual place where you know you're about to get married, get engaged, whatever it is, Bose, you are a very smart and intelligent woman, and I do believe that when you're done, you'll be done. So good luck. All right. Let's keep going because Kyle meets with Mo at the gun range. Let me tell y'all something. When Kyle picked that gun up, baby, and she was over there wop 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 with that gun, I said, baby, Kyle has done this before. You're not gonna sit up here and play me and act like you nervous or whatever the case is about shooting a gun, baby. She knew what she was doing. All right. Now, me on the other hand, I might not know what I'm doing too much, but she definitely made me want to get down there to that gun range and get into some things, just a little piece. Okay. So I said, you better go ahead, Kyle. All right. So they talk about the changes and things that's happening in their lives. And Kyle is reflecting on the fact that she's in this big ass house by herself. Baby, I'll be crying in every room. Not gonna hold you. Okay. Now, keep in mind, after I'm done crying in every room, I'm going to celebrate in every one of them bitches too. However, in the space that she's at is so many memories. They've been in that house for so long. That's why I really felt bad for Kyle. Like, Kyle can get on your nerves. Yes. She can irritate you. It's just so many things she can do. But at the same time, I felt really bad when she cried and Mo hugged on her, you know, gave her that support, kissed her on her head. And it's like, see, I if you guys were to divorce, what I love to see calm divorces. I love to see where y'all still can kind of be friends afterwards. And you don't see that a lot. It's not a lot. Some people are able to, you know, just realize, hey, this didn't work. You know, it doesn't mean I have to hate you. We just didn't work as a marriage, but we still got these kids together or whatever. We had great times together, though. Had a lot of great times versus bad times. So I respect it. And I hope they continue to have a good relationship. But yeah, I felt her on that loneliness. Like, everybody's leaving. Everybody's going off, living their lives, doing their thing. And how she may have envisioned life for her and Mo at once upon a time to get to this place, and probably thought about them growing old in the house, and ain't no telling what else she thought about. And to see that she can't fully have that, like, I felt bad for Kyle. Like, oh my God. Because I could just imagine, when you're in a place of low vibration, and I try not, sometimes I'll say depression, but I really like to say low vibration. So when you're low vibrational like that, you're going to be in your head. You're going to be in your head even more. And I just really felt bad for her. The change that Mo is making being out of the house is so different because he has a lot to look forward to. Oh, I'm dressing up the house and I'm doing this. And oh my God, I'm doing things on my own. I don't have to have Kyle waiting on me every hand and foot and this, that. So it's a different, nicer experience for him than it is for her. And I do question if she's regretting some things at this point, which I'm sure she is. But I mean, if Mo ain't trying to be back, then he ain't trying to be back. But I also see neither one of them rushing to a divorce yet. Because, they're not as bad as PK and Dorit right now. So, very unfortunate. And luckily for Kyle and Mo, that should you guys move forward in this divorce, your kids will be grown at that point, right? Whereas Dorit still has young babies with this. Okay? Girl, a mess. All right. So, anywho, let's get to Augusta because we get to Sutton's home down in Augusta. And when I tell you it's beautiful, girl, I was with Garcelle. I said, that's a nice house. It's giving a bit of vintage, but upgraded vintage just a little bit. And I like it. I was like, okay, I like this stuff. And this is nice. I like the rooms. I like the furniture. Like, this is cutesy, bootsy, oopsie. Like, yeah, I liked it. It's a house in the back. Who wouldn't? Okay. Well, maybe some of y'all wouldn't. Okay. Well, I wouldn't mind. All right. If I had a grandmother, okay, or a mother suite, I'm not sure what they call it, like an extra house mother suite or whatever in the back. Whether you use it for guests, okay, whether you use it if you're out of town and your parents come and stay, they don't have to be directly in your house. If they're staying for a week, they can stay back there, or if they come to live with you permanently, why not? Love that. If you decide to use it as a home for your college kid or something, and they just pay the rent, it don't have to be expensive rent, but it could be enough to teach them some things, whatever. Love that. I really think all homes should have been made with that, just a little bit. All right. Anywho, thought that was really nice. So we do get a chance to meet her mom, Reba, and Reba got her a piece of a friend. Y'all saw them put the quotation marks up there for Reba friend. I said, okay, Reba, you better still be getting it on at that young age. Yeah, young age, period. Okay. She young, hey. She ain't in no grave yet. I was here for Miss Reba, just a little piece, but Miss Reba, honey, you are a bit too blunt for me. Okay, you are. But I feel like it's a thing where we have to get used to that with our elders because they don't give a damn. I mean, they grew up in a completely different time. We the ones that have to respect our elders. It gives that they ain't gotta respect us, even though you gonna respect me, okay? But aside from that, it's like that's all they hear. Okay, I'm your elder, honey. All right. I am the elder now. So what was that? What did you say? What's in this box? What the hell is this? Okay. What did you give me? Okay. Is this a snake? Is something to jump out? Because, I don't really trust you black folks like that for real, girl. But you cute. But what is in this box? All right. Garcelle said, girl, I'm not going to tell you what's in this box, honey. What do I look like? Like, I mean, you got to open it if you want to know what's in it. Like, open it. Baby, Miss Reba opened the gift that Garcelle gave to her, and it was given unimpressed, exactly as Sutton said. Mama is never impressed. Listen, that has something to do with Reba and how she came up in this world. Okay? And whatever life experiences that she has gone through. It's just how she sees the world. That's why that lady is never ever impressed. I don't know why. She's just not. And I would not want to have a mama like that. Okay? I would not want to have a mama like that. I don't care. I can't. It could be the smallest thing, and my mama gonna want to see it, and she gonna be like, she could be dramatic like a child, honey. And we appreciate it over here. We appreciate all dramaticness. Thank you. But girl, I don't see how you did it, Sutton, baby. But Sutton says her mama was a narcissist and she married one too. I said, ooh. Tough childhood, girl. I can imagine. So Sutton talks about her mom at dinner because at some point they do go off to dinner. And Garcelle acknowledges how hard Reba is on Sutton, and she feels like Sutton kind of give off that same energy just a bit. And see, that is why I wish Erica would have been able to go on this trip, because I feel like if Erica would have got a chance to meet Sutton's mom, she would have learned a bit about her. She would, in my opinion, I think she would have learned a bit more about Sutton. Yep. I do believe. Okay. So Sutton says that she reflects back to when her mom came out to view her store. Sutton feels like she worked super hard for that. Her mother was not impressed at all. Like, okay, and what else is going on? Oops, like, okay, all right, that's what you okay. So what else? Okay. Mama was not impressed. Sutton says, listen, I feel like I'm at a place in my life where I at least deserve some respect from my mama. And my mama doesn't give me that. Right. She says when she was getting her divorce from her husband, her mother was questioning, like, who's gonna take care of all of this? And Garcelle says, well, that's just your mom. She wants to make sure her kid is okay. That's typical for most moms. And Sutton says, girl, no, the hell it was not. Are you not listening? Or do you hear me? Girl, she did it for herself. She was talking about who's going to take care of all of this, meaning all of her stuff, ma'am. She didn't give a damn about me. She worried about if she going to be straight if I'm divorcing this man. Then Sutton also says that her mother pretty much praised Christian, but she could barely get a praise out of her. I mean, what was your mother going through at the time that she conceived you and then gave birth to you that makes her react that way with you? Is she like that with all of your siblings, or is she just like that with you? What is that about? I would love to know. But let me tell you something. Garcelle is not going to get the answer out of her. You're not, ma'am. Sorry. No. You're not going to get that out of her. So Sutton goes on to say that well, yeah, that's when she talked about her mom and praising Christian and everything like that. Now, I did ask this question. I said, Sutton, is the mama jealous of you? Is it possible your mother's jealous of you? IDK. All right. But Sutton does kind of talk about her mom in a way like that's how she's been all of Sutton's life. So I don't know. But Garcelle tells her, I want to have a conversation with your mama. And Kyle says, now, girl, what the hell could you possibly talk to this woman about? I said, I'm with you, Kyle. I've been with you this episode, honey. If I ain't been with you any other episode, girl, I've been with you through the Mauricio situation and through this, okay? Because what do you think you could possibly say to this woman, okay? So we'll see how that's going to play out. I am so surprised that Garcelle would meet this lady and not even 24 hours later, she wants to have a sit-down conversation. Girl, what? I do think Miss Reba finna wear you out. All right. So we shall see. Now, meanwhile, Kathy's back at her house with the other ladies, Bose, Erica, as well as Dorit, and they're chatting. And, at some point, Kathy mentions that she's Italian. And then they're like, oh, Italian, how? Instead of her explaining how she's Italian, she lets us know some lady told her that she has Asian in her 3000 BC. I said, Kathy. Kathy, do you know how it has fainted 3,000 years later? Okay, whatever the bloodline, it has fainted, baby. What is you talking about? If that's what we doing, then I'm finna start claiming me a heritage or something. Okay, I'm finna claim something for myself. Okay, if we going back before Christ, I can't. Okay, so that's what Kathy said. Okay, and I all you can do is laugh because Kathy is funny, and I don't know if she be meaning to do it or what, but I was just like, now, Kathy, girl, like, now you know. And first of all, how did we get from Italian to you being Asian? What? We asking you, how do you know you Italian? You start talking about being Asian 3000 BC. I'm done. And I'm like, maybe it's true, Kathy, because of how your eyes are. Then I thought about it and I said, well, girl, listen, the way you be getting nip tuck tight, like, Kathy, be quiet. Just stop. Anywho, Bose tells Kathy that she thinks that Kyle is cold to her because she's cool with Dorit. And I'm kind of like, I don't know, Bose, because I do feel like Kyle has actually made an attempt to connect with you more, in my opinion, than I felt the other ladies were. Right? Granted, she may have did that so you can get to know her, as you said earlier on in the past episodes. Maybe she's doing that so that I could see things her way and not just Dorit's way. And maybe that's true, but I thought that she was really making an effort. So for you to say that she's being cold to you, I was kind of like, huh? So maybe things were filmed out of order. All right. So Dorit says that she doesn't even know what's going on with Kyle. Okay. Like, does she even bring things up to you? And, Kathy's like, yes, she does. But I also understand everything that she's going through. So I'm not going to be pushy about getting any information out of her either. Like, I'm just not going to do too much. So when she's ready to come to me, she'll come to me. But the fact that Bo sat up there and told Kyle, I'm sorry, told Kathy that Kyle is cold to her. They put the camera on Erica. I said, oh, baby, Erica finna run this right on back to Kyle. So this might be a little piece of messy. Dorit speaks on PK, and as she's speaking on PK, Kathy ready to be so a part of the conversation that she refers to him as PJ, and I just thought that was so funny. And then Dorit says that, she's always protecting him and everything. And Kathy says, but he's a great dad, right? And Dorit says, no, he's not. Okay. She says, now, if you would have asked me that any other time, I would have said, yeah. She says, but the gloves are off. I'm no longer protecting him. So, no, he's not a good father. And when she said that, she says this man would disappear for weeks on end. When Dorit said that, it gave me an aha moment as to, wow, this has always been PK. PK, because I'm like, how do you feel so comfortable just leaving her and then telling her not to contact you when you know she has your kids and this, that, and the other? And what is giving me is this is how he's always shown up. That is why it's so easy for him to separate and not even call and check on his damn kids and not talk to her either, because he's done it majority of their marriage. And Dorit, being fake as hell, as a lot of people were able to clock it, she would just put up this facade like everything's great, everything's going good, da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? So it all came to a head. So Dorit says that PK sent her an email going off on her, okay, talking about financials and things and talking about how, he's about to leave her hanging in the next 2 months and she's going to have to pay all of the bills on her own and everything. And he just gave her a rundown of things that he wants to happen. And what it sounds like to me that he was saying was, if you don't do these things that I want, then I'm going to file for a divorce. So you're trying to kind of backdoor her, put her in the corner and stuff. That's interesting. You're trying to force her to do things your way. And if she doesn't, then you're going to file for a divorce. You should have already filed for it then. Then we also learn that there's a law. And Dorit learned about this law that's going to, I don't think it's going to expire in 6 months, but I think it's going to be relevant to their situation in 6 months, because the law in California is that if you've been married for 10 years, then you pretty much get things split down the middle. And if there's any alimony to be paid to either party, whether he has to pay or whether she has to pay, according to Erica, it might be for the rest of that person's life, which is crazy. All right. So it seems, according to Erica, that PK may be trying to divorce her before the 10 months. And I'm kind of like, well, how did you get that? Because he said if she doesn't make the decisions that he's telling her to make, then he'll file for a divorce. And then I thought about it and I said, oh, no, I think Erica's right, because he is moving in a space of demanding certain things from Dorit, knowing that she's likely not going to agree. Therefore, the paperwork filing is coming anyway. So when Erica said that, Erica's not lying. Okay, he's definitely trying to pull one on her. All right. And also not be able to have to split things down the middle or any of that. And Erica's right. Like, girl, you need to be proactive. If I ain't never tell you anything before, if I've never been supportive before, you need to take this SHI extremely serious and you need to get the out of this. Okay. You need to figure it out and you need to be sitting on ready. And let me tell you something. If I was Dorit, like Dorit says, she's ready for war. And I hope meaning you being ready for war is you finding the best attorneys that you can pay or that you can find, and you invest. Because I feel like that's an investment to me. You invest in this divorce. Especially if they're getting good things out for the people, invest in it. And since he wants you to take care of this and take care of it, he going to have to jump for that. I'm going to make you work for that. So go get you some good attorneys and make him work for all of the SHI that he says that he wants, okay? Or all of the SHI that he doesn't want you to have. Make him work for that, okay? So that's all I got for you guys at this time on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills episode. I'm Jami, that's me. Leave your thoughts and comments down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
Tell him I preach to the choir. Stand with my feet to the fire. Give all the glory to God. Stand in the midst of these haters.